the current Deputy IGP has a personal vengeance vendetta against PSM. We mentioned this many times, and we lodged a police report on it. Because he has been, when we had the bicycle campaign, the Jerit bicycle campaign from north to south, there was also a lot of hundreds of people were arrested during that time as well. And that time, the Khalid, he went on to keep saying that he will take action, and he kept saying that Dr. Kumar does not fit to be a member of parliament and all that. He has been actually what we consider him. Even recently, we made a statement saying that he should join politics rather than being a policeman. Because, like in many instances, the way he comes up with statements, and something he's a Hindustan film actor or something.
We know that it is a pointless exercise. And that is one of the reasons why we are bringing it to the court of public opinion. So, in short, the criminal law is there to protect people, but if the very institution, the police institution, which is supposed to ensure that these provisions are used in a fair manner, if they themselves have gone wrong, if they themselves are abusing the specific sections of the CPC in order to call these people and harass them.
So I think, they don't want to admit they made a mistake. We are prepared, all of us are human beings. Your attention per se and all that, you made a mistake. You say, okay lah guys, sorry, okay, no problem, Tapi you keep on running after us and trying to prove that you are right untuk menghalalkan satu kesilapan mereka. They want to try and find charges and prove that you were right in catching us in the first place. Not very professional. So we are disappointed, Our experience dengan polis dalam daripada 24 hari bulan, 35 hari bulan, bila kita kena tangkap, ada alasan ada senjata dalam tas. Lepas tu kita lawan dengan Agong. Lepas tu kita komunis. It's crazy, You keep on doing like this, you actually destroying your own credibility.
Risala Udala, and this is the Risala tentang PSM. Okay, and this is the campaign Udala. So these two things put together is distributed to people lah sebagai satu campaign. Sorry, 30 orang telah ditahan initially 9 hari. Selepas itu tahanan EO bertahan under EO 28 days, and mereka sudah pun didakwa, they already been charged. If you look at this chronology, mereka sudah pun didakwa di Butterworth, di Mahkamah Session Butterworth. Saya sekarang jemput Dr. Kumar untuk to go through what they have gone through lah before this.
Selamat pagi pada semua, selamat raya, selamat merdeka juga. Okey, pada 24 hari bulan 6 kita mulakan kempen di utara. So kita mula dekat Jelapan, kita bagi dalam 3 bahasa kita hari ini, dan kita ke Perlis lah. On the way kita stop dekat R&R Gurun, kita dapat juga sama lah. Di Arau bila kita turun, kita ada 2 kumpulan lah yang turun hari ini. Kumpulan saya ada 9 orang. Kami diminta datang ke balai polis lah. Polis datang ke balai polis. Jadi ke balai polis, kita terangkan kepada mereka kita buat ini campaign Ini pamphlet semua ada, alamat semua ada sini. So ini the law. So mereka pun terima lah, diterima beberapa thing, tapi dia ambil nama kita lah, 9 orang yang nama IC. So inilah 9 orang sekarang yang diminta datang untuk kesihatan. Tapi macam Arul katakan tadi, kami ditahan the next day, kita ditangkap dekat Sungai Dua Tol. Dan untuk 24 orang, mereka ditahan selama 9 hari. Dan mereka ada bagi 3 soal siasat kepada polis. One dekat IPD itu, IPD Kapal Batas. Malam itu kita kena tangkap, one statement. Lepas tu IPK Pulau Pinang pun hantar orang buat lagi satu soal siasat. Macam untuk saya 5 jam perbincangan dengan dia. Lepas itu ada satu D17 daripada Bukit Aman yang datang untuk 5 hari buat soal siasat. Semua perkara Persik, pamphlet ini, campaign, udara, semua ni. Okey. Lepas tu 24 orang dilepaskan, tapi saya sama dengan 5 orang lagi kita dibawa ke Kuala Lumpur, dibawa Europe. Soal siasat lagi 3 minggu lagi ada soal siasat. So sekarang selepas begitu banyak soal siasat telah dibuat, mereka lagi katakan kita kena pergi, surat mereka kata kita kena pergi ke sana lah. Dan jika kita gagal, dia boleh pergi ke mahkamah dapat warrant dan tangkap lah. So the thing is, untuk kami 9 orang kita kena pergi lah. Tapi we think it's totally unnecessary lah. Kerana kita bukan kita tak mau cooperate dengan polis. Memang kita kerjasama. Untuk 4 orang mereka dah bagi 3 kali. Macam saya dan lagi 4 orang lagi, kita bagi 4 kali kita dah bagi soal siasat over so many weeks lah. Jadi apa lagi mereka perlu? Semua dah kita beri. The same police department. You know? So this is just actually pada pandangan kami, ini adalah satu macam harassment. Dan juga dia ini akta hasutan, ini satu undang kolonial lah, 1948, ya, di mana charge yang mereka katakan satu kecenderungan menghasut ialah kecenderungan bagi mendatangkan benci atau bagi membangkitkan perasaan tidak suka terhadap mana-mana raja atau kerajaan. You know, this is section 3(1) of the. That means if you criticize the government, bagi orang tak suka dengan kerajaan, itu hasut. So using a very old colonial law, you know, demokrasi artinya mesti ada dissent lah, mesti ada kritikan. Kita boleh memperjenayakan semua kritikan. You know, so I think something very wrong here with the concept of democracy. Dia katakan, you boleh ada parti pembangkang, tapi jika you kritik dan jika rakyat rasa tak selesa dengan kerajaan, itu penghasutan. What kind of law is that in a democracy? So I think they're using a very archaic law, satu law yang harus dihantar ke museum, undang-undang, untuk lagi, you know, harass kami ke sana. And I think ultimately, this is not good for the police in Malaysia. Sebab rakyat Malaysia sangat, termasuk pembangkang, rela kerjasama dengan polis untuk kerjasama mereka, untuk jaga ketenteraman awam. I think we're prepared to work with them lah. Tapi bila mereka turun ke arena politik dan pakai kuasa mereka untuk kacau sesiapa, untuk ganggu sesiapa yang kritik kerajaan BN, then they no longer playing the police role, you know. And susah untuk rakyat untuk hormati mereka, untuk kerjasama dengan mereka. So this is a harassment for us, but for the police force, ini akan turun credibility mereka. Dan untuk kerja mereka untuk kawal jenayah and all that, it's going to actually get in the way. So we think the politicking in the police force is actually melemahkan lah dia punya you know, dia punya ability lah untuk jaga rakyat kita lah. So actually we disappointed lah, you know. Apa harus dilakukan oleh polis? Kalau mengatakan, okay lah, sorry you guys, you know, masa itu kita pun tension, bersih semua, kita tertangkap you, sekarang okay lah, we let you go, okay lah, go ahead, you know. Tapi dia tak buat itu. Dia kata dia sudah file case di Pulau Pinang, mengatakan kita bantu satu kesatuan yang illegal. Tapi pada masa kita ditangkap, dia belum lagi istiharkan dia illegal. So, but this is retroactive, you know. We were caught on the 25th. Dia istiharkan bersih as illegal pada 2nd of July. Tapi still they charging us, you know, of helping an illegal organisation. And sekarang ini penghasutan pula, you know. So I think, you know, they don't want to admit they made a mistake. We are prepared. All of us are human beings. Your attention, bersih and all that, you made a mistake. You say, okay lah guys, sorry, you know. Okay, no problem, you know. Tapi you keep on running after us and trying to prove that you are right untuk menghalalkan satu kesilapan mereka. You know, they want to try and find charges and prove that you are right in catching us in the first place. Not very professional. So we are disappointed, you know. Our experience dengan polis dalam daripada 24 hari bulan, dia 25 hari bulan, bila kita kena tangkap, ada alasan ada senjata dalam tas. Lepas tu kita lawan dengan Agong. Lepas tu kita komunis. You know, it's crazy, you know. You keep on doing like this, you actually destroying your own credibility. You know? In the long run, you're affecting your ability to police the nation. You know, and it's bad for all of us. And it's a waste of public money as well. So you're saying, you know, come to your senses lah. Come on, you know. This is ridiculous. Come to your senses. We are prepared to cooperate. You know, but we're not prepared to be bullied.
9 orang ini, all of them don't stay in police. They all are from Perak. One person is from Penang. 8 of them are from Perak and one from Penang. And now they are forced to go to police. Maybe Suren give, because Suren was the one communicating with the Arau police on this matter.
Okay, there are two things here. In the police action in this case, which is issuing a notice under section 112 to these 9 individuals, asking them to report for questioning at the Arau police station. Two things here. One, this investigation, the act of summoning them itself is illegal. And two, the procedure that they have used is deliberately harassing, abusive and also unlawful. Let me take the first one first. When you issue a statement or rather a notice under section 111, there must be a crime first to be investigated. Okay? Now, if the police issue a notice demanding that people come and answer questions at the police station and there is no crime being investigated, then the crime is being committed by the police themselves. In other words, the illegality here, the very act of summoning them to be questioned when there is nothing to be investigated, is a criminal act and an abuse of power by the police. Now, the only thing that they are alleged to have done, and now they are being investigated in the Sedition Act, is to have produced this pamphlet, Udala Basara, and to go around promoting it. Now, the pamphlet, if you look at it, as far as I know the state of the criminal law of this country, this is by no stretch of the imagination a crime under the laws of our country. There is no crime here. That's the key thing. If there is no crime, how can the police issue a notice under 111, claim they are investigating a crime and ask these people to turn up at the police station? There's only one answer. This is an uncalled for, deliberate, politically motivated persecution of the members of Party Socialist Malaysia for their own ulterior motives, which is to create bogies and to frighten the people and to stifle dissent. This all started the run-up to dissent. Now that's the first thing. The second thing is the manner in which they have gone about summoning them. Remember, all of these people, all of these individuals who have been called for questioning have already been extensively remanded and questioned on the same issue. It's been done already. So if you go back one more round, that's harassment and abuse of power by the police. I have no hesitation in saying that under the law, this is utterly illegal and an abuse of power to go after them on this again. Now, I think all of them have got residences in Perak. I have officially written to the police and said, if you want to record a statement, you do it in Ipoh. You cannot expect people to go all the way to Arau because you want to record a statement, and that's the law. You cannot force people to go a very great distance when you can record at any police station. Section 111 statement can be recorded, 112 statement can be recorded at any police station. And previously, we have had so much of experience, they can just email the questions to any police or investigating officer in any balai and they can take down the questions. They've done this over and over again. My question is this now. Why is it in the case of these individuals, the police insists on dragging them all the way to Arau instead of just taking the statement in Ipoh, where most of them have their residence? Answer is simple. Pure and absolute harassment of PSM and these activists. Okay, so now this is very disturbing because we see now after the illegal arrest under the EO of the PSM 6, after their persecution, repeated arrest, remand and then EO, we see that they have not stopped. They have now gone on a second phase. This is the launching of a second phase of persecution against the PSM 6 and several others. And the Home Minister and the government must answer for this. It is a crying shame and an embarrassment and a danger to all citizens in this country when the criminal law and the police are abused and used by the government to go after individuals like this. It's a danger not just to them, it's a danger to the entire country. This means none of us are safe. No one in this country is safe. And lastly, again you have an example of how the government is making use of the police force for their own political purposes. This is absolutely clear evidence that the police are being used partially to carry out political instructions from the government. Again, this is illegal and it is abuse of power by the Home Minister and the government itself. They must answer. There's no point pushing it to the police. They are mere tools now. Although of course the higher police officers are responsible, but they have been made mere tools. So I call upon them to stop carrying out this sort of illegal activities, drop the investigation, drop this unnecessary frivolous investigation and withdraw and also the earlier issue of an apology for the previous arrests under the EO and harassment must also happen.
Monday at 11 o'clock, the 9 of them have been asked to go to Arau, and BSM have decided that we will go because we have tried to ask them to come to Ipoh or at least Penang, and simply because here is a question of police are saying that whatever they have done, whatever investigation they have done earlier, that means the police did not do their job. Because they've already done completed investigation. I mean, they've kept them for so many days, and not only one unit of police. You have people from Bukit Aman, from IPD Kepala Batas, and the criminal crime unit of Bukit Aman. Three departments, and IPK Penang. 4 agencies, 4 big departments in the police force investigated them, completed. After that, now they've asked to come again. So I think this is harassment. So
we have never got a good hearing by the judiciary in this country. The judiciary is extremely conservative. Most of the time their decisions are pro-establishment. We have actually considered taking this matter to court, but we know that it is a pointless exercise. And that is one of the reasons why we are bringing it to the court of public opinion. Okay? So in short, the criminal law is there to protect people, but if the very institution, the police institution, which is supposed to ensure that these provisions are used in a fair manner, if they themselves have gone wrong, if they themselves are abusing the specific sections of the CPC in order to call these people and harass them, there's very little that we can do through the courts. The answer is thorough going reform of the police force itself. From the district police stations and the OCPDs right up to the IGP and the Home Ministry. The reform has to be thorough going. What we need is thorough reform. Okay? Going to court is pointless.
So just go for this thing on Monday. police can issue a warrant of arrest in the 9. So that is also, you know, of course we can go and challenge that, but then we got of going on for that thing. But we are saying that this whole thing is a mockery. 9 of them have already been charged for having subversive documents. Already charged. Okay, that case is coming up in October 10th to the 14th. Okay, so already should have charged on the issue of having subversive documents. Of course, we will definitely say this is not subversive. Another document which they are going to use is the Bersih leaflet. But when the 9 of them were arrested in Arau, these were the leaflets they had.
So just to clarify all the charges that are active at the moment, first you're charged with having subversive material, and there's one earlier you mentioned aiding an illegal body. So there are 2 charges at the moment. 2 charges.
Those are both in the Butterworth Court.
We look at the chronology on the 4th under 4.7. These are the section they have been already charged, all of them. 24, and later the 6 of them under EO, when they were released from EO, they were subsequently charged under the same thing. So that again creates another big question. Why do you keep them 28 days and then charge them what the others went through? They could have just released them after 7 days and charged them. So they took 28 days of unlawful detention. After 28 days, they were released without any conditions, but then subsequently charged under the same thing which the 24 others were charged. And before that, you must understand, they were initially alleged under section 211, waging war against the king.
122.
Because when you look at the investigation for the 30 of them, it covered the entire from Perlis up to Kepala Batas. They are charged for the entire thing, not only something happened in Kepala Batas. Our reports that the current deputy IGP has a personal vendetta against PSM. We mentioned this many times, and we will lodge a police report on it. Because he has been, you know, when we had the bicycle campaign, the Jerit bicycle campaign from north to south, there was also a lot of hundreds of people were arrested during that time as well. And that time the Khalid, he went on to keep saying that he will take action, and he kept saying that Dr. Kumar does not fit to be a member of parliament and all that. He has been actually what we consider him. Even recently we made a statement saying that he should join politics rather than being a policeman. Because like in many instances, the way he comes up with statements, and something he's a Hindustan film actor or something. Because he's not acting like a police officer, complete investigation and then make statements. And I think a lot of this doing, where people can be released few days, they went for the maximum 14 days remand. After 7 days, they requested for another 7 days. When normally when you are charged in the morning, PSM people were charged at 4 p.m. when they were only aboard, when the banks will be closed. So there was a lot of constant harassment during this whole episode. When we started in Nusa Jaya, the police said you cannot leaflet any leaflets. So they thought this we were going to leaflet Bersih leaflets. Then we asked them, can we leaflet this? They said cannot. And the CID boss said, why? He says your information, ketegangan kaum semakin hebat. He says it's not true. So here the CID boss already decided this is a political statement made by PSM. This is a leaflet of us, and he's disputing what our opinion. We don't mind he has a different opinion. And then we said, okay, if this cannot be distributed, can we distribute this? This is just about PSM. Memperkenalkan PSM. He says cannot. If you distribute this, you'll be arrested. Then we had the buku jingle, Pakatan Rakyat buku jingle. We said, okay, all this cannot. Can we distribute this? They say cannot. If we distribute this, we'll be arrested. Mat Sabu. Actually, ESM sudah pun buat satu pernyataan, and then kita pun sudah berbincang dengan Muhammad Sabu. Kita berpendapat bahawa apa konteks Mat Sabu cakap itu sudah dipesongkan. Basically, Mat Sabu mengatakan bahawa kemerdekaan is satu perayaan UMNO because pejuang-pejuang lain yang memperjuangkan kemerdekaan tidak diambil kira. I think that part of it is missing. Okay? Walaupun we know that Tengku Abdul Rahman bapa kemerdekaan and all that, but the question is, was the independence of this country only UMNO yang memainkan peranan? And that part is not there in the history, tidak begitu jelas. Orang-orang seperti PKMM, Parti Kebangsaan Melayu Malaya, Angkatan Pemuda Insaf Awas, AMCJA Putra, and also Parti Komunis Malaya. I mean, mereka adalah kumpulan-kumpulan yang memberi tekanan yang cukup menyebabkan the independence was given. In the 1989 Peace Accord between Malaysia dengan Kerajaan Malaysia, MCP dengan Kerajaan Thailand, the Malaysian government recognized the contribution of the MCP on the independence. Kerajaan Malaysia, bukan saya. Kerajaan Malaysia mengakui, mengiktiraf bahawa Parti Komunis Malaya ada memainkan peranan untuk mendapat kemerdekaan untuk tanah Melayu. So I think because of that, apa yang and I think because Mat Sabu, cara dia berucap, he talks about Jin Samsudin, who's an UMNO member, and related it to Bukit Kepong. So selan so dalam isu ni kita percaya bahawa utusan ini telah memesongkan isu sebenar. Kita mengatakan itu pengalaman kita PSN dengan utusan adalah, they said there were foreign element, foreign threat. Dua orang intern kita, one jemputan kita when arrested under EO, they said they were foreign agents. So pengalaman kita dengan utusan dengan jelas mengatakan bahawa utusan can say anything it likes. So we think isu itu telah dipesong. And we think that the sejarah sebenar Malaysia adalah sejarah di mana ada pengorbanan, ada orang ramai juga yang mati, ada tumpahan darah berlaku, and that's how the independence was born. Kita kena recognize, iktiraf semua kumpulan yang terlibat untuk mendapat kemerdekaan.